Welcome to Game Night tonight for another game spotlight of Clank. As always, I'm Brady Anderson and have with me here Ninja Gaiden to help explain why this was our weekly spotlight. Now this game, he introduced it to me, let's be real. Love this game. It is so much fun. It's like there's a lot of strategy to it, but at the same time, like you can't really judge the pick of the cards, what cards come out, what things happen, but so much fun. It is a 2 to 4 player game, runs about 30 to 60 minutes. And yes, it does involve a lot more reading, so you can't really teach it to your little ones, not just yet.
No, I'd say probably when they're approaching 10 years old.
Yeah.
Good time to introduce them to this game. I actually was introduced to this game by my brother. He knows that we grew up on stuff like Darkstone and all the old dungeon crawlers, Champions of Norath, things like that. And he's like, I found a board game that you're going to love. And so we ended up playing this together. And it's exactly what it sounds like. You're dungeon diving. You've been hired by a town to go into a dungeon, bottom of a castle, whichever board you happen to flip to, and you're trying to get this treasure without waking up the dragon. Think Bilbo Baggins, but without the dwarves. You just got to go in there,
Bilbo.
grab as much of the treasure and get out as possible because the townspeople have hired you to do so. And so you're competing against another thief, another robber,
Or 3 other robbers, however many you're playing with.
however many you're playing with, and you're trying to get the best stuff. But it's essentially a deck builder.
Yes.
Fans of the channel will note we are huge fans of deck builders.
Huge.
And if you've never played a deck builder before, you start out with a small deck. You draw 5 cards at a time. Usually you have 2 hands, so you start out with 10 cards. But then every turn you have a purchasing ability to get more cards that are laid out. So you have this massive deck in the middle, you lay so many of those out and you can purchase another one. And then once you're done with your hands and you have no more deck, you shuffle it, and those cards that you have purchased are now in your deck. And so you have this strategy of not only where do I go in this dungeon, how do I avoid the dragon, but how do I build my deck to get me through it,
Absolutely.
Which is so much fun.
Because it changes every single time. As you said, you're buying different cards. Everybody starts with the same cards at the beginning, but you purchase these different cards and they come out randomly throughout the whole entire game. And every time you play the game, they comes out in different orders. So you may be looking for a specific card to help you, but it's not always going to come up. Sometimes you don't even get through half the deck before somebody finally gets the biggest piece of loot and gets out of that dungeon. And that's ultimately how it goes, is like you have to get out with the biggest piece of loot to hopefully come away with the most victory points to beat the other thieves. I mean, last time we played, he trapped me down in that dungeon. I thought I was done for. I managed to get out, but I collected a lot of cards along the way, whereas he just had to hope that he had the most victory points.
And like you said, you can kind of try and trap each other. So you'll have the dragon down there. The expansions have things like a mummy that chases you around as well. So it turns into a whole episode of Scooby-Doo.
Right?
That's right. So it just gets crazy, and you can try and get them to make noise or, attract the dragon waking up. Like on my way out, I was making as much noise as possible. I might as well have just been banging pots and pans and yelling for the dragon. Your mother was a fairy.
But it works. I mean,
I thought I got him killed by the dragon, but he got out just barely.
I think I had like 1 life left.
If you want to see that playthrough, because it was so much fun,
Check it out right up here.
Check it out right up here. That was just one we happened to be recording, so that was a really, really fun one. A lot of time with friends, you fall back on the same 5 games.
It's true. Everybody's got their favorites.
So this is a good one because it's really simple. It's really fast to explain to people who have played games before, and you just throw it down there, and you have a blast.
Really, you don't have to pay attention all that much as you're going, just on your turn. But you do want to see what the other people are doing, how deep they're going, so that you can get out as quick as you can. But, I mean, we usually play for each other, honestly. It's like, ooh, what do you have? Oh, yeah, you should see.
It's like the rules say you're not allowed to... Oh,
okay, actually, you should see this. Yeah. But there you have it for this week's Game Spotlight of Clank. If you like the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you can catch all our future videos that are coming out. As well as comment below. We'd like to hear your thoughts. Have you played this game? What expansion is your favorite? Would you like to play this game? Honestly, we highly recommend it and suggest it. And we want to hear your thoughts on what you would suggest to us as well, so that we can pick up a new game for ourselves, give you our own thoughts and playthroughs on those. So comment below of what you'd like to see us play as well. But we will catch you next time on Game Night Tonight.
Bye.